All right, let's break down what's happening in the US market. I'm going to start with Microsoft. As of this morning, it's up 2.40%. As you can see, for all the standard S&P 500 index stocks, it's categorized by sector industry, and Microsoft is under software infrastructure. We can say technology is up, but it's not only Microsoft. The whole of the companies within the technology sector is facing a green or upwards performance. And overall, if we can see, if we zoom out, all of the sector is mostly having green C performance. Only from the telecom services, we can see a little bit red here, is facing downwards. But for the Microsoft updates is OpenAI and Microsoft are rewriting terms of their multi-billion-dollar partnership in a negotiation designed to allow the ChatGPT maker to launch a future IPO while protecting the software giant's access to cutting-edge AI models, the Financial Times reported on Sunday. A critical issue is how much equity in OpenAI's new for-profit businesses Microsoft will receive in exchange for the more than $13 billion it has invested in the company to date, the report said. Microsoft is offering to give up some of its equity stake in exchange for access to new technology developed beyond the 2030 cutoff. They are also revising terms of a wider contract, first draft when Microsoft initially invested $1 billion into OpenAI in 2019, the report said. And that is the latest update for the Microsoft. For now, I'm going to move on for the other updates. Also, NVIDIA semiconductor is facing up by 5.44%. And for other updates is also, we can see Apple is also up by 6.17%. And latest news on Google, which as of this morning is also up by 3.37%. And the US Federal Trade Commission, the de facto federal privacy regulator, said on Friday that the US Department of Justice proposal to make Alphabet's Google share search data with competitors include adequate safeguards to protect users' privacy. The proposal is part of a range of measures the DOJ says are necessary to open up the online search market after ruling in August that the tech titan holds an illegal monopoly. The Washington judge overseeing the case has seen a flood of input from experts and interest groups for and against the DOJ's proposals as the trial nears its end this month. The case should fundamentally reshape the internet by potentially unseating Google as a go-to portal for information online. Increasing competition will put more pressure on Google to improve its privacy practices, the FTC said. Google has sought to block the DOJ's data sharing proposal, which its CEO Sundar Pichai said would give away the company's intellectual property, in part by arguing that it would harm users' privacy. And others, Apple is also up by more than 5%, which is 6.17%. And the Chinese shipments of foreign branded cell phones, including Apple's Incorporation's iPhones, dropped by 49.6% year-on-year in March, according to data released on Monday by a government-affiliated research company. And the calculation based on the data from the China Academy of Information and Communications Technology CAICT showed that March shipments of foreign branded phones in China decreased to 1.887 million units from 3.747 million a year earlier. And that is the update for Google and Apple. And next, we're going to move on to Tesla, one of the biggest automotive in the US, in the United States right now, is also up by 6.75%. And the recent update for the US auto safety investigators asked Tesla to answer questions on its plans to launch a paid robo-taxi service in Austin, Texas in June, in order to assess how the electric vehicle maker's car with full self-driving technology will perform in poor weather. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, in a letter made public on Monday, said it has been investigating Tesla full self-driving collisions in reduced roadway visibility conditions since October. NHTSA said it is seeking additional information about Tesla development of robotaxis to assess the ability of Tesla's system to react appropriately to reduce a roadway visibility condition, as well details on robotaxi deployment plans and the technology being used. Tesla did not immediately respond to a request for comment, and NHTSA in October opened an investigation into 2.4 million Tesla vehicles equipped with full self-driving FSD technology after 4 reported collisions, including a 2023 fatal crash. And for the next update for Amazon, Amazon is also, as of this morning, is up by 8.07%. And the recent update for Amazon has hired FedEx to handle some of its large package deliveries. The company said on Monday, weeks after UPS said it was halting its less profitable deliveries for the e-commerce retailers and cutting 20,000 jobs. FedEx shares surged on Monday even more than a rallying Wall Street benchmark, finishing up 7%. The Memphis-based delivery company said the multi-year agreement covers residential delivery of select large package for Amazon. The deal with FedEx, signed in February, gives Amazon cost favorability compared with delivery rival UPS, Business Insider had reported, citing on internal document. The agreement will not replace UPS, Amazon said, as FedEx will join its third-party partners, including UPS and the USPS, and work alongside its own last-mile delivery network. All right, next, we're going to not only touch on the international market on the US side with what's going on with the globally with US and China tariffs right now, but we're also going to take a look how is the Asia market currently doing. We're going to go to Asia Dow Index, which as of this morning for 13 May is 4,321.39, up by 60.30, which equals to 1.42%. And for the 5 days, the movement of the Asia Dow Index USD, we can see movement up and down. We can see up and down within the market, Asia Dow market, and we can see within this range of market movement, the lowest it was recorded at 4,207.01, and the highest range was 4,321.99, and this is the 5-day movement of the Asia Dow Index. And I'm also going to bring you and take a look at the main index within the Asia market is the Asia market data with one of the biggest of the main index within the Asia market. We can see Nikkei 225 index, which also up by this morning by 38,320.37. Equals to 681.03, which is 1.81%. So, and then we also can see Hang Seng Index decreased by this morning by 200.20, which equals to negative 0.085%. But the rest of the main index under the Asia market, Shanghai Composite Index, also increased by 5.98%. Then Sensex Index also increased by 2,000 and above. FTSE Straits Times also 34.27, and also the S&P ESX 200 benchmark index is 48.4. Mostly of the main indexes for this morning, we can see an increase with green color. Only the Hang Seng Index for now is facing downwards, decreased by 190.15, which is equal to negative 0.84% currently. All right, this is the Asia market we can see as of 13 May 2025, and definitely we're going to bring you all the updates from local to international markets, what is happening, what is up and new, and how can we catch up with all the updates that has been going on within the world.